today I have bulletproof coffee. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your water, juice, whatever it is that you want to drink, and join me in today's video because it is a beautiful spring day outside. And I would be outside, but spring has winds, so it's very windy. But I really wanted to make a video today because we're about not quite halfway through March yet. And I started this challenge for myself and my family at the beginning of the year. And I wanted to put this challenge out there for other people who might want to take it on before we get too far into the year. So it's not too late to join this challenge. But my challenge that I've been thinking about and that I've been doing is I have called it the giving gift. So as you might know, or if you don't know because you're new to this channel, I practice minimalism, I practice slow living, and I think that there's always ways to be better at both of those things. And this was my way of making it more fun in some way, of like getting rid of stuff. And to be quite honest with you, I was really inspired by a children's story to do this challenge for. And the children's story is called The Quilt Maker's Gift. It's a beautiful book. It's a wonderful story. It was actually given to my son for Christmas. And I won't ruin the story for you by telling you the details of it, just in case you have a child and you want to try this story with them. But in this story, it talks about giving. And by the end of this story, the reader and the characters realize how beautiful it is to give, how joyful it is to give, not only for the person receiving, but for the person giving, especially almost for the person giving. Because the Bible talks so much too about how it is better to give than it is to receive. And that when we are freely giving, we are freely receiving too, and so on and so forth. I will link some Bible verses. I'll put them in the description below so that you can go back in your own Bibles and look up those verses in the context that they're in too. But needless to say, giving is a wonderful act that I don't want to assume here, but I might generalize that maybe people don't do it enough. And I want to give freely too. So my challenge with this minimalism is, just gonna set my coffee down. There's 12 months a year. You still can do 10 months, or you could double up if you want to for January and February, or if you're seeing this video later, just do it however you want. But the way that I started this challenge was with the new year in January. My family and I, each member of my family, found one thing, at least one thing, that we were willing to give away. Because the thing with minimalism is that you're constantly looking through your stuff and making sure that your stuff still fits your needs or whatnot. So finding one item that we were okay, content, happy to get rid of, and not only getting rid of it, but trying to gift it, because there is such a beauty in handing someone a gift that you thought of for them and seeing their face light up when they get that gift. Just the response of giving makes both people feel so good. Which I encourage, right? Because we all need to feel good, and I feel like we all need to be sending out those positive vibes a lot more consistently. So my challenge here is to choose your one item per month of the year, maybe two if you're 2 items if you're feeling really excited about it. I know so far I've given more than one thing a month, but the rest of my family has just done one thing a month. So whatever you feel like doing, but it has to be at least one. And give it to someone. Maybe it's your neighbor, maybe it's your best friend, maybe it's your mom. Try not to donate things, because when you donate things, they just get resold. This is more like giving freely. Not that you can't give freely when you donate, but this is giving freely in a way that nobody has to pay for it. You know, you're giving it away. And if you want, because maybe you're not familiar with your community yet, or you just moved somewhere, or whatever your circumstance may be, you can set something like on the curb and say free, and that's a way to give freely too. You just don't necessarily get the whole full circle of choosing something for someone and then giving it to them and seeing the response, but that's okay, because God sees our hearts, and what we do in secret at times is the most rewarded anyway. So that's my challenge for you and for myself and for your family, or whoever you want to share this challenge with, please do. Because I think, like I said, I think we just need more giving. And just like this children's book depicts, the true happiness comes from giving. You know, we were given freely, and so we should give freely. And that's what I want to encourage just a little bit more today. If you have any questions about the rules, which I think I laid them out there, it's not hard or complicated, but if I didn't make something clear, please don't hesitate to ask, because there are no silly questions, and I would love to see the way that you might be inspired to give freely too. So let's have a big cheers to that.